Hi, everybody. I'm here with R.G. Schaller.
Hey.
And R.G. came in today with a wonderful group of musicians
Yeah, good folks.
and performed all of his original music,
Yeah, we think we hit 11 or 12.
which is fantastic, by the way.
Thank you. Well,
I really enjoy it.
You folks are great, and it was a pleasure to be here, and I'm just really blown away by this whole setup, so thanks.
Well, you can come back here anytime you like.
Thank you. Yep, thank you
Anytime.
very much. It's great.
So I'd like to ask you a few questions. I'm going to ask you some stuff about the songs themselves, but I would like to ask you when you got started writing songs.
I started trying to write songs as a bit more than a hobby around 10 years ago, about 10 years ago. I was actually in an indie rock band in Halifax called Rising Waters, and we hit the underground scene pretty hard for about 6 years, and we did well on that level. And then I moved back to Cape Breton about 8 years ago, and I started writing folk songs and in the vein of country songs. But I was writing poetry 15, 20 years ago. I was always writing in some way or another. But once I picked up the guitar and started hanging out with the right people, it got a bit more important to me.
Well, as we get older, things become more important to us. And, the outlet is a great outlet.
It is a great outlet, yeah.
Absolutely need to do that.
Yeah.
Sometimes if you're lost, sometimes the song can bring you back home again.
Yeah, long before I was writing music, I was listening to certain artists and lyrics especially. Some people listen to music and they don't even really know what's being said. But trust me, folks, if you really dig into the lyrics, some song that you think is great can just change your life if you give it a chance.
So what songwriters do you admire?
My sister turned me on to Chris de Burgh and Elton John at a young age. We used to kind of steal Mom's car. And she used to put the cassette tape in, and we drive around and listen to Born in the USA and Mark Knopfler from Dire Straits and Chris de Burgh and Elton John, like I said. And then I started digging into the actual lyrics that used to come with these things. And you could put the headphones on at night, and you could follow along with what the artist wanted to say. And you look at the writing credits to see who actually wrote it. And then when the singer actually wrote the song, and it meant even more. So folks like that. But I used to also listen to Public Enemy growing up, and Ice-T and NWA, and some gangster rap, and then some heavy stuff. And I like Mozart too, and yeah, so I like a lot of different things. But Guy Clark right now, Waylon always, Sturgill Simpson, and stuff like that.
So you actually just have a very wide range of inspiration.
I never thought of that before, but yeah, I guess so.
Yeah, you do. Well, I mean, that makes you probably a better writer.
Keep an open mind.
Well, in order to be a good writer, I believe you have to have an open mind and an open heart, really. Well,
it can get you in trouble.
Well,
yeah, but
well, we all get into trouble sometimes. Let's talk about By the Time I Get to Nashville.
Yeah.
What prompted you to write that song?
Well, that song is looking through the window at a person that is trying their best, but due to bad luck or missing the boat or a late start, whatever it might be, or maybe personal issues, maybe lack of talent, who knows? Maybe personality problems, who knows? But it's about someone trying to accomplish something. In this particular case, it's a person trying to make their music career complete in some way or another. And they had these expectations they put upon themselves, and it didn't work out. And there's a line in the song where it says, "By the time I get to Nashville, I'll be out of my mind." And I think that is maybe the problems that might arise from someone taking the hard route, the long honky-tonks, legions, pubs, clubs, the road, trying to get to this place, doing it their own way, on their own dime, and by the time they get there, it's almost too late.
Right, right. So, and I'm sure that has happened to many.
I'd say so.
Along over the years.
Yeah, probably, yeah.
But some people would say in order to live that life, you'd have to be a little out of your mind anyway.
Yeah, maybe some of those folks down there are. We just don't know it.
We just don't know.
this Gibson sounds on stage every night. And it's peaceful when the crowd listens. It just makes it all feel right. And I'm amazed the way my songs can bring a tear to a working man's eye. And I'm grateful to the good Lord each time I see another sunrise. And I'm sorry for the bar fights brought on by the boys in the band. And about all those wreck cars and shotgun holes in those old highway signs. For the pain I caused my ex-wife, whose love I just plain stole. And gave that love to a waitress somewhere in South Ontario. See, I played these songs everywhere, in every Legion pub and bar. And I really thought by now I'd be some kind of small-time country star. But this old road has just made us crazy, and some nickels and dimes. I'm afraid by the time we get to Nashville, I'll be out of my mind. I'll be out of my mind, with the tank low on gas, empty bottle in my hand, and cocaine in the dash, a head full of dreams that are way past their prime. By the time I get to Nashville, I'll be out of my mind. By the time I get to Nashville, I'll be out of my mind.
So what about Diamond Jack?
Diamond Jack McClain, yeah. So I have a friend, his name is Jinx O'Neill. He's a bass player. Him and Donnie Campbell play a lot, and I like Jinx, and we get together sometimes, and we play some music and drink some wine, and he's an awesome guy. And he moved, and he lent me this 1949 Gibson Kalamazoo parlor guitar, the same kind of guitar that Robert Johnson played on that album cover, that him playing the guitar. And I promised him I wouldn't play it, And I said, I won't look at it, I won't play it. But then one night, I snuck down in the kitchen and I took it and I played it because I was looking after it when he was moving. And I was on the way out the door and I just kind of picked it up in the kitchen, and then I started picking out this somber, kind of dark, like kind of Tom Waitsy kind of feel song. And I was like, uh-oh. So I was supposed to be somewhere, and I called him and I said, I'm going to be late. And I wrote the damn song in 20 minutes, put it on my iPhone on record, ran through it, went and did what I had to do, came back, buttoned it up a little bit, put some icing on the lyrics, went upstairs, recorded it, and shared it to some people that I care about and I respect their opinions. And they're all like, yeah, man, this song is all right. So yeah, consider keeping on going with that song. So it's like a murder ballad.
Well, did you ever tell him that you played his guitar?
I told him the whole story, and he was so happy, and he was so mad at me when I told him that I wasn't playing the guitar. He was like, RG, you should be playing that guitar all you want, man. And it's all like, and that guitar was in Carnegie Hall. He got that from a guy, and it was in Carnegie Hall. He told me the whole story.
See, what a great story that is.
It's a cool guitar, yeah.
Well, it inspired you.
It was, the guitar wrote the song, I swear. The guitar wrote the song. It wanted to come out of that guitar.
Well, it did.
And it did.
And you did a very good job.
Thank you.
I enjoyed that song.
And the guys make it sound way better. The Eric Marcotte, Bob Gill, Ben Young, Ian Macintyre just get behind that tune, and I'm just in the room.
Well, it's always good to have people around you who understand you musically, or that we as musicians allow to help interpret what we're doing. Sometimes they may add things that we've never even thought about.
Oh yeah, and the talent, you put yourself around some talented people, and treat them well, and
Yep.
Got a bone deep feeling like a cold fog rolling in. The kind you feel right before you sing. I got a bone deep feeling like a cold fog rolling in. I'm a simple man, no need for fortune or fame. Unlike another named Diamond Jack McClain, who was lucky with cards and women just the same. Lucky with cards and women just the same. Had one girl, her name was Emmy Lou. She loved me and I loved her more than booze. But Diamond Jack had his lucky eyes on her too. Diamond Jack had his lucky eyes on her too. I seen drinking gin and hustling a bar. So I waited in the alley and I watched the big man fall. No more gin for Jack or hustling a bar. A simple man, no need for fortune or fame. Now Amy Lou's my wife and there's no more Jack McClain. And I'm up on this hill writing songs upon his grave. I'm up on this hill writing songs on his grave. Diamond Jack McClain. Diamond Jack McClain. Diamond Jack McClain. Diamond Jack McClain. Jack McClain. There's no name on your grave.
Look out.
So have you ever been a truck driver?
I love trucks. My father had his class 1 when I was a baby, and then he went into the drywall business, and he's 73 now, still doing it, and he was drywalling 50 years. But the odd time, like my uncle will call him, and they go on some long runs to Texas and whatnot, and he used to always test me when I was a kid, like, what kind of truck is that? What kind of truck is that? So no, I was never a trucker, but I'm a fake trucker. Like, I always wanted to be a trucker.
I think that a lot of people who write songs about trucks are fake truckers.
I'm a fake trucker.
And that's okay.
Yep, and I love it. Yep.
Because I'm asking you that because of Diesel Motel.
Oh yeah, diesel motel.
So
42 tons of hell being pulled by my diesel motel.
yeah,
So that's the trailer, all the weight.
right.
Yeah. So it's
Yeah.
a little song about breaking the law and getting along with it and being a trucker. Yeah.
I'm sure a lot of truckers can relate to that.
Yeah.
Away from home, 2,000 miles to go. I've been hiding on the back roads, breaking the law safe and slow. 42 tons of hell being pulled by my diesel motel. 18 gears beneath me, yeah, I know them well. I never heard them grind before, and this engine is singing like church bells. 44 in the dash and pills in my pocket. I got this Western Star burning like a rocket. I'm a double clutching hair straight back forgotten rebel. Steve Earle on repeat and steel toes, heavy on the pedal. It's a long way to the top when you're coming from the bottom. If a Holders said give up, well I just kind of forgot 'em. And up ahead is And up ahead is the setting sun, shining on my final run. When I get back home, girl, your daddy will be done. Days away from home, 2,000 miles to go. Been hiding on the back roads, breaking the law safe and slow. 42 tons of hell being pulled by my diesel motel. 42 tons of hell being pulled by my diesel motel.
Let's Get Married. That's quite a song.
Yeah, a cheeky little fun poke at marriage and the sanctity of it, and maybe the church a little bit too, just for fun. And it's just a little song about people happily disillusioned by the promises of marriage, and they're okay with it, and they live their lives together, but they realize that sometimes you feel like you're being pushed into something. And these folks are okay with it in this song, yeah, and they're making fun of it.
Yeah, I enjoyed that song.
I saw your head.
Yeah, I really enjoyed it.
Bopping along, yep.
Well, let's get married and invite all our friends. Spend our whole life savings on one weekend. Promise forever with two little bands. Seal it with a kiss and shake the pre-shaky hand. And mortgage a house that we won't use. The hot tub, a gym, and 4 bedrooms. A 2-car garage and more stuff we don't need. And leave it all alone for 40 hours a week. All right. Text each other once a day from our job. Send quick little love yous without getting caught. We'll laugh at everything that the bosses say, 'cause that's the easy way to get a raise. Saturdays are overtime when you're earning class. We'll fill our lives with commercials and ads. Pay someone else to raise our kids, to read the reports on the things they did. All right. Stuff that we don't need. Hold each other Sunday mornings. Hug and kiss while the kids are asleep. Now we're in our 90s and life's gone by. We remember getting married but forget why. There was some motivation and a thing called love, but now it kind of feels like we were shoved into something bigger, never signed up for. Our whole life was keeping the wolves from the door, but the wolves are only there 'cause they were fed by our own damn hands and the life we led. Soon we'll fade into eternity, and and that's the final story of you and me. I'm gonna say I love you, but it's all been said. I can't wait to talk to Jesus after we are dead. All right. Sell their time for money and buy more stuff that we don't need. Hold each other Easter mornings, hide all the eggs and go back to sleep. We'll sell their time for money and buy more stuff that we don't need. Hold each other Christmas mornings, put out the presents and go back to sleep.
Money, lawyers, and guitars.
Yeah, I was super deep into the drama, I guess, like a soap opera drama. The episode, like the show called Nashville, and there was a guy on there, Deacon Claiborne, and he was like this recovering alcoholic, and but once in a while he'd fall off the rails a little bit, and he'd kind of like go on a big bender, and he'd get himself in big trouble. And I was thinking, hey, that kind of sounds familiar, you know? It kind of that sounds familiar. So I sat down one night, and I was in a different state of mind, and I was tipping the elbow a bit, and I woke up the next day, and I checked my phone, and I had this song almost written, and it was titled Money, Guitars, and Something Else. And then I listened to all the lyrics and stuff, and I polished that one up, and then it was done. And that was my first single that I released at Lakewind Sound. It's on YouTube and Apple and Spotify and all that jazz.
Well, it also has a truck driving part in it.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah. So I know, yeah, I'm influenced by
Your father influenced you.
the truck driver is the modern day outlaw in some ways or another. They're the drifter.
Well, that's how they're treated.
In some way, right?
That's exactly how
and they're
they're
important.
treated.
Truckers
They are
more
indeed.
than,
They're not any more important than they are right now.
and they're not the kind of men and women that take credit, you know, right?
Nope.
And they don't talk. They're not on social media a whole lot. They're
No.
trucking.
No.
So, yeah.
Well, I've done my share of drinking, and I've done my share of dough. And there's nights I've been so lonesome, I thought of finding me some road. And I've gotten good at lying to save what's left of my name. And I've taken little pills to take away the big pains. And the last time I was happy, I guess she was in my arms. Well, back before the money, lawyers, and guitars. Well, the wheels upstairs keep turning long after the lights go out. wondering what it's all about. And I can sell fire to the devil, but can't make her by one word. And tell the truth for a month of Sundays, it'd only be lies that she heard. And goodbyes come so easy, when I'm sorry is too hard. Put the blame on the money, lawyers and guitars. Put the blame on the money, lawyers and guitars.
No free ride.
Yep. That song is, there's a line in it that says, sometimes I hear my Uncle David say the road's a whore and the wind's a witch. And for every mile you run, there's 2 miles of ditch. So he's a truck driver. He's retired. And I grew up listening to him around card games and whatnot, telling these like little CB radio trucker talk. And that line there, no free rides, kind of sold that. So I went to visit him about 2 years ago, and he was a good influence on where I went with my career with music. And he gave me my hat. So when I'm playing with the hat that I have on, that's his hat. And it's an Australian sundowner, and it's a cool hat, and that's he gave me that. So that song is about him, and it's about trucking, and it has some pokes at the government and politicians.
There should always be pokes at the government and politicians.
You got to keep them in check.
Oh, yes. Well, you could try.
Yeah, it doesn't work, but yeah.
No.
Sick of the smell of diesel, tired of the taste of booze. I got truck stop prayers and 2 chrome mirrors showing me what I gotta lose. And I still believe in you, Jesus, but they treat you like Santa Claus. How the hell did I, Lord, ever wind up as some kind of outlaw? And the kids have all gone crazy, raised without mom and dad, staying inside and living their lives on pills and iPads. And I'm always running on empty, but I'm getting good at getting old. But soon I'll be gone, and just this song is a story that I told. Sometimes I hear my Uncle David say the road's a whore and the wind's a witch. So look out, son, for every mile you run, there's 2 miles of ditch. And never tell them where you're going, and never tell them where you've been. No free rides, cash, grass, or ass, and the highway always wins. Yep. And this country's going to hell. It has been for years. I want to stop them giving it all away, but I'm too busy shifting gears. Politicians are just like gangsters, do what they want and will. But if they get in front of me, the last thing they'll say is a Peterbilt's Holy Grail. Sometimes I hear my Uncle David say the road's a whore and the wind's a witch. So look out, son, for every mile you run, there's 2 miles of ditch. And never tell them where you're going, and never tell them where you've been. No free rides, cash, grass, or ass in the highways bends. Sometimes I hear my Uncle David say the road's a whore and the wind's a witch. So look out, son, for every mile you run, there's 2 miles of ditch. Never tell them where you're going, and never tell them where you've been. No free rides, cash, grass, or ass in the highways bends. That's right.
No Bible, no bottle.
Yeah, I'm a big Fred Eaglesmith fan, and I like him. He's an underground songwriter, but he writes for the likes of Alan Jackson and people like that. And that song is just about a person that doesn't need alcohol or religion to get them through or to do what's right. They just do it because they're following what they think is the best thing to do, and that's what that song is all about. It's about a person that's doing what they do for their family and their kids.
Well,
No Bible, no bottle, just a sun visor picture of you. No prayers, pills, or promises, just a Peterbilt, beat black and blue. No mistakes, no heartaches, nothing to prove. Eastbound and hammered down, 40 tons to lose. Out of here in shifting gears like a heart on the move. Diesel smoke and high hopes and pushing the truth for you. White lines of moonlight on a highway that never forgives. A farmhouse, a red blouse on a kind wife and a couple of kids. I drive all night to get back on home, and after I drop off this load, no matter where I'll run to, no matter where I'll roam, with each mile I get closer to the dream that we call home. No Bible, no bottle, just a sun visor picture of you. No prayers, pills, or promises, just a Peterbilt, deep black and blue.
Slow Hands of Time.
Slow Hands of Time is it's a love ballad about a man and a woman that stick it out despite all odds. You know, I was making fun of marriage earlier, but marriage can be a great thing when you're with the right person. And this particular couple in this song, they figured it out.
Yes, and there are always those people around us that have.
Yeah,
I mean, there are also the people that have not.
yeah,
But, you know, you have to admire the people that have, but you have to also have some admiration for the people who have not.
absolutely.
You know,
Yep.
it's everybody lives their truth, right?
Yep.
And that's what should happen.
And everybody deserves a song.
Everybody absolutely deserves a song.
Yeah.
Rolling into this hometown city, brand new tires on this new to me Chevy. You're sitting there in the passenger side, holding my hand along for the ride, all right. If love was a game, we'd take home the prize. We both know true love is blind. You've seen that before a million times. We followed our hearts before they changed our minds. What about life? Well, we will live it. What about love? Well, we are in it. What about the slow hands of time? Say wave goodbye. To all those hard times and fears that leave behind. Well, the world kept on trying to hold us down, but we just kept on holding our ground. One day at a time, then one more. Each day getting better than the one before. Amen. Now here we are with our sails in the wind, side by side with a couple of kids. And we just kept on keeping on, pedal to the metal and the motor running strong. What about life? Well, we will live it. What about love? Well, we are in it. What about the slow hands of time? Say wave goodbye. To all those hard times and fears we leave behind. city. Brand new tires on this new to me Chevy. You're sitting there in the passenger side, holding my hand along for the ride, all right.
Rolling Sevens.
Rolling Sevens. Yep. It's one of those speaking type songs. It's about a musician who is kind of a recovering addict, and that's the final verse, but you don't know that till the end of the song. The first two, the person is gambling, and because of that, they lost a good love of their life because they just watched the person walk away. And it starts off with, I lost my heart in Saskatchewan, rolling dice at the Bear Claw Casino. The band was playing Neil Young and Crazy Horse. She said goodbye, and I just watched her go. And that's the opening lyric. So that's the uppercut to the feelings, like, and the way that the bass line comes in and the picking and the drums, it's all very dark with a tiny little glimmer of light with a uplifting C chord through part of the song.
I liked it.
Thanks. Thanks.
On.
Lost my heart in Saskatchewan, rolling dice at the Bear Claw Casino. The band was playing Neil Young and Crazy Horse. She said goodbye and I just watched her go. Lost my spirit in Vancouver, banging out with some friends from the Lower East Side. We all went down to Basement Susie's. They all went up, but I went down again. I'm always rolling sevens, they keep rolling away. I'm always chasing sevens. I'm chasing better days. Now here I am hungry in Halifax, playing guitar for whatever I can make it nice. And if I'm lucky, I'll get a 10 thrown at me. And if I'm double lucky, I'll find a place to fix tonight. I'm always rolling sevens, they keep rolling away. I'm always chasing sevens. I'm chasing better days. chasing better days. Just like you are chasing better days.
On My Dying Day.
That's a fun little song about the inevitability of death. And everyone talks about their birthday and they're happy, but, you know, I'm a reincarnation person, so the last line of that song is, I'm making way for another's wonder on their birthday, because this person's checking out, and while they're checking out, someone's checking in.
Yep.
So it's on my dying day, no more pain, no more troubles. Say goodbye to what I leave behind on my dying day. And people dig that song, and they start singing that repetitive line on my dying day
I was doing that.
the moment they hear it.
I
So
was doing that.
it's a hook. It's a
Yeah.
hook. It's just
Yeah.
a fun little song about death.
I was in there singing it while we were filming it. So
Cool. So it
yeah.
works.
Yeah, it does.
I'm sure the Lord will save my soul on my dying day. All my worries are left behind on my dying day. No more work, no more troubles on my dying day. Say goodbye to what I leave behind on my dying day. And don't you cry when I say goodbye on my dying day. I'll be smiling on the other side on my dying day. I see old friends and my aunt grandmother on my dying day. Don't despair now or shed a tear. I'll see you when you make your way. So uphill was the road. Ba-ba-ba-da-da-da. So far I had to go. Ba-ba-ba-da-da-da. It's good to finally go back home on my dying day. Oh, yeah. On my dying day. I follow the lights that light my way on my dying day. No more darkness, no more pain on my dying day. The springtime comes and the flowers grow after my dying day. I'm making room for another's wonder on their birthday. So uphill was the road. So far I had to go. It's good to finally go back home on my dying day. On my dying day. On my dying day.
Only asking why.
Brand new song. I wasn't even sure I was going to play it, and big thanks to the guys for putting up with it. That was just me sitting around, just trying to figure out some chords that work with a vocal melody, and I did. And unlike the other songs, that song isn't really about anything super personal. It's just a song I wrote to try to make a hook happen, and it might fall on its face, or it might be worked on more. I just wanted to try it today. So
Well, I think they did a great job.
Oh, the boys are
They
great.
catch on really quick.
Yeah, excellent musicians. Yeah, the whole crew.
Well, your eyes, they shine like diamonds, like the ocean in the sun. Despite all the hard time that you've done, and I've been far away from worthy of your kindness all along. I need to thank you for just holding on. I ain't asking for forgiveness, I'm only asking why. What do you see behind these eyes? If all I know is trouble, better cut out on the double. Find someone who ain't been drifting their whole life. And these fools all around us think they know it all, but don't know what it's like to beg, steal, or crawl. But something that you and I own, that they can never explain, is how we keep on kicking through the pain. I ain't asking for forgiveness, I'm only asking why. What do you see behind these eyes? 'Cause all I know is trouble, better cut out on the double. Find someone who ain't been drifting their whole life. I ain't asking for forgiveness, I'm only asking why. What do you see behind these eyes? 'Cause all I know is trouble, better cut out on the double. Find someone who ain't been drifting their whole life.
Should have turned around.
It was my second single release, and Mike Shepard, he did a fantastic job. That song did quite well for me on American radio and across Canada on CBC and Sirius FM. And it was nice to get a royalty check because of that song.
Wow.
And I bought a pair of cowboy boots.
Cool. Cool. Not many people get royalty checks.
Well,
here.
yeah.
Well, I mean,
they were kids' boots, and they came in a little like Kinder Surprise thing. They were like, no, I'm just joking. But, yeah.
well, I have to tell you that I have a lot of respect for people who write and continue to write. Anything I write sounds like a Hallmark greeting card. I think. Of course,
Well,
like you
I'd
say,
like-
musicians
I'd
are
like-
where our
I'd like
worst
to hear it
opens.
because maybe, you're probably just being too hard on yourself because you're
well,
right. We are our worst
really,
critics.
really are. Yeah. So, do you play a lot?
Yeah, so before the dreaded COVID, I was averaging, I don't know, 140 gigs a year for the past 4 years all over Cape Breton and playing everywhere and having a great time and meeting fantastic people from all over the world and locally too and doing house parties and whatnot and meeting great musicians. And then within a week, I think I lost 118 gigs back in March, and that was that. But CB Mike, Cape Breton, did a lot of great things. SOCAN started paying musicians for their online presence, which is nice, and I think they're still doing it. And the federal government kicked in some money. So it's slowly coming back. And I used to play a lot, and now I don't play much, but I'm starting to realize now that you don't have to go and fight for gigs. Like things like this, what you folks are offering, this is worth 1 million gigs. And you folks are great people, Nick and yourself.
Well,
Thanks.
you're very welcome. It was a pleasure to have you all.
Oh, you guys are awesome.
I think it was nice that the government stepped up.
Yeah, me too.
It shows that Canada has a great they seem to have an appreciation for the artist.
Yeah.
And I don't know about you, but there have been many times that I've played that I've not felt appreciated. So I think that in a way it was kind of like a nice turn of events.
It's like a real industry.
It really is. So, wow, who knew?
Yeah.
Who knew? Yeah. And I know, and I'm confident that while these types of things are lovely, I know that people miss live music. And just think how wonderful it's going to be when this all opens back up again. It'll be like a whole new world.
Yeah.
We'll be singing Walt Disney songs.
Yeah.
It occurs to me that people go out and sometimes, I think you're going to know exactly what I'm talking about. If you're playing at a bar, it seems like everybody starts talking as soon as you start singing.
Chitter chatter.
Yeah.
Yep.
But I think that's just a part of what it is.
Someone told me once people feel comfortable because of what you're doing, and they feel comfortable enough to speak to each other.
Yeah.
Now, if I'm doing a singer-songwriter thing and the ticket's $20 to get in the door, that's a different feeling.
Yeah.
People are there and they're like,
Yep.
they're there to hear the lyrics.
Yeah.
But, people are out for a good time. They want to hear Wagon Wheel, then, that's
Sweet
fine.
Home Alabama.
Whatever it takes,
Yeah,
right?
I know.
Yep.
In there.
Yep.
But now, people can book you.
Yeah, so I have a Facebook page, RG Schaller Music. That's probably the easiest way. I don't think Facebook's going anywhere anytime soon. I think it's around for a while.
No.
And if somebody ever wanted to, if they see the videos and the songs and they like the music and they want to hire the band, we're down. And festivals when they come back, we love festivals, and we'll play house parties, garage parties, and we'll play all kinds of things, backyards. Play a lot. It's all good.
You see, I think that you'd be great for festivals.
Festivals are fun, and people are there to have a good time. And I like observing, and I like talking about what I observe, and people are observing it too. So people get comfortable real quick, and it's nice. But we all have cranky days too. Just cranky days.
Yeah, I know. But then was always nice to me about festivals is that if you were there and you were around a campfire in the back area, around the campers, you could meet some really fine musicians.
That's where the magic happens.
Oh, it absolutely is. Yeah. Absolutely is. And you're welcome to come and jam with us anytime too.
Thank you very much.
Yeah.
Thank you very much.
It was a pleasure.
Well, we're just absolutely astounded. Thank you very much. And that's sincere from the bottom of our hearts. Yeah.
Invite your friends.
Yeah, cool. Well, they'll be bugging you.
Been years, years since I've been here. This town full of troubles and tears. As soon as I'm fueled, it's westbound, dear. I drove by your mother's house. I'm still trying to figure things out. Push the smoke of these stacks sometimes helps. Well, I was gonna stop by and say hello, but there's 18 reasons to roll, and next stop is Idaho. It's time to lighten this load. I drift back and wonder why we never said goodbye, as I left you under that winter street when I should have turned around, held on and hit the gas, headed you off in the past, and talked you out of leaving so fast. I should have tried with all my might, stared hard into your eyes, and fought for what I knew was right. I should have turned around. So I heard you found a man, wears a suit and does the best he can. A little soft, but he's liked by all your friends. They asked me where is home, but I changed the subject and go, 'cause that dream died long ago, way back on that Motel road.